Hello students, today we will learn about simple concepts of electrostatics and electromagnetism. Already we learned about the different concepts in previous period, that is Coulomb's law of magnetism, definitions of absolute and relative permeability of the medium, concepts of lines of force and magnetic field, definitions of field intensity, magnetic potential, flux and flux density, relation between absolute and relative permeability, field patterns, and relation between absolute and relative permeability, field patterns due to straight current carrying conductor, solenoid, and toroid. On completion of this class, you should be able to know Laplace law, expressions for field strength, expression for magnitude of the force on a conductor in a magnetic field, expression for force between two parallel current carrying conductors, nature of force with different directions of the currents, concept of magnetic circuit, and definitions of magnetomotive force, magnetic pulse, flux, reluctance, and etc. First of all, we would like to know what is meant by Laplace law or statement for Laplace law. Laplace law is simple extension of work law. It is a simple extension of work law. This law is used to determine an expression for the magnetizing force H near any system of conductors where it is difficult to use the simple work law. This law is used to determine an expression for the magnetizing force H near any system of conductors where it is difficult to use the simple work law. Laplace law is simple extension of work law. This law is used to determine an expression for the magnetizing force near any system of conductors where it is simple or difficult to express the simple work law. Statement corresponding to Laplace law: when the current flowing through the conductor with a length dl. Here observe that when the current flowing through the conductor with a length dl, the magnetic field is exist around a conductor, hence the magnetic field strength H at a point P due to current flowing through the conductor is directly proportional to current flowing through the conductor I, length of the conductor dl, sin theta, angle between the point P and the conductor, inversely proportional to the square of the distance r between the point P and the conductor. See here, when the current flowing through the conductor with a length dl and magnetic field exists around the conductor, hence magnetic field strength H at a point P due to current I flowing through the conductor is directly proportional to current flowing through the conductor I, length of the conductor dl, sin theta, angle between the point P and the conductor, inversely proportional to the square of the distance r and between the point P and the conductor L. Mathematically, the field strength is designed as dH proportional to I, that is dH proportional to di, dH proportional to sin theta, next dH proportional to 1 by r square. See here, all are proportional to H only, that is dH proportional to I, dH proportional to dl, dH proportional to sin theta, and dH is inversely proportional to 1 by r square. We are combining all these equations, we get dH proportional to I into dl sin theta by r square. dH equal to, by removing the proportionality constant, we get k into I into dl sin theta by r square, where k equal to 1 by 4 pi. dH equal to 1 into I into dl sin theta by 4 pi r square. Its units per dH is ampere turns per meter. See here, once again I am repeating the field strength equation, that is dH equal to I into dl sin theta by 4 pi r square, ampere turns per meter. It is important question, Laplace law. The above equation represents the mathematical expression of Laplace law, which is also referred to as Biot-Savart law, where current I equal to current carried by the element, dI equal to length of the element, next theta equal to angle between the current and along the conductor to the direction of r from the conductor dl at point P. These are the different differentiations for Biot-Savart law or Laplace law. Now we learn about the different applications of Laplace law. Usually Laplace law is used where it is difficult to use simple work law. First and foremost application is, it is a law which is used with where it is difficult to express work law. Some of the cases are for determining the magnetizing force due to short wire, for determining the magnetizing force on the axis of the square coil, for determining the magnetizing force on the axis of the circular coil. Next but not the least, to determine the magnetizing force on the axis of short solenoid. These are the various applications for the Laplace law. Once again I am repeating. First one, to determine magnetizing force due to short wire. To determine magnetizing force on the axis of square coil. To determine the magnetizing force on the axis of circular coil. To determine the magnetizing force on the axis of short solenoid. These are the various applications. Now we are deriving the expression for field strength around a long straight conductor. These are also important questions. Okay, I am kindly explain it. See here, consider a small portion of the long conductor carrying I ampere of current as shown in the figure below. According to Biot-Savart law, the field strength at a point P due to small element dl of the conductor is given by, it is shown in the figure, that is dH equal to I into dl sin theta by 4 pi r square, or H equal to I into d theta by 4 pi r sin theta. Okay, here I have shown the diagram representing the long straight conductor of applying Laplace law. The field strength due to long conductor can be determined by integrating equation 4 between the limits theta equal to 0 and theta equal to pi. Field intensity around a straight conductor is given by H equal to 1 by 2 pi r, ampere turns per meter. Field strength on the axis of the current conductor carrying current. Consider a circular conductor carrying current of I amperes as shown in the figure below. See here, I have given the diagram representation of field strength on the axis of circular conductor carrying current, and I have also given the expression for it also, that is, let the point P under consideration be x meters from the center. The magnetizing force at a axial point P due to the small element dl as given by Laplace law, dH equal to I into dl by 4 pi into r square plus x square. It is r square plus x square means here we are taking that P farther away from r, so r square plus x square. The direction of dH is at right angles to the line AP joining point P to the element dl. The dH can be resolved in two components, which dH1 equal to dH sin theta, that is axial component, dH2 equal to dH cos theta, that is vertical component. The vertical component 2 into dH at P due to dl at point A will get cancelled by an equal and opposite vertical component at P due to dl at point B. Okay, here we are having two components, axial component and vertical component. dh1 equal ds sin theta, ds2 equal to dh cos theta. These are the two components. The same is applied to all the diagrammatically opposite pairs of dls around the coil. Hence, the resultant magnetizing force at P is equal to sum of the axial strengths at any point on the axis of circular conductor is given by H equal to I sin cube theta by 2r ampere turns per meter. For single turn coil, H equal to 2i by 2 ni by 2r sin cube theta ampere turns per meter for n turn coil. Next, to find the magnetizing force at the center O of the coil, we have to substitute theta equal to 90 degrees or sin theta equal to 1 in the above expression. That is, then H equal to I by 2R ampere turns per meter for single turn coil, H equal to Ni by 2R ampere turns per meter for n turn coil. Okay, this is an important expression, that is H equal to I by 2R for single turn. For n turn coil, H equal to Ni by 2R. Units is ampere turns per meter. Field strength on the axis of a solenoid. Consider a solenoid having n turns and a length of I meter as shown in figure below. Suppose a unit north pole, that is UNP, placed at a point Q outside the solenoid is taken 1 around the closed dotted line path against the field strength H. Work done equal to H into I into J. H outside the solenoid is negligible. Also, the ampere turns is linked in this path, that is equal to Ni. According to work law, we get H into 1 equal to N into I. That is H equal to Ni, ampere turns per meter. Here, R is represented by 1. So, H equal to, we know that Ni by R. We are changing that R equal to 1. So, H into 1 equal to Ni. H equal to Ni, ampere turns per meter. Expression for magnitude of the force on a conductor in a magnetic field. The magnitude of the force acting on a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field is given by F equal to BIL newtons, F equal to force on conductor Newton, B equal to flux density Weber per meter square or Tesla, or I equal to current flowing through the conductor amperes, and capital I equal to effective length of the conductor in meters. If the conductor is placed at an angle theta to the main magnetic flux, then the force is given by F equal to BIL sin V newtons N. It is the most important question. F equal to BIL newtons. Equation is most important. The magnitude of force acting on the conductor carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field is given by F equal to BIL newtons. Expression for the force between two parallel current conductors. Consider two parallel current conductors 1 and 2 placed in air and carrying currents in the same direction as shown in the figure below. Let I1 equal to current in conductor 1 amperes, I2 equal to current in conductor 2 amperes, D equal to distance between the conductors 1 and 2 meters, L equal to length of each conductor, F equal to force between two parallel current carrying conductor newtons. Here we are taking two parallel current carrying currents. One is I1, second one is I2. The distance between these two is D and length of the conductor is L, and force acting on the both the conductors is F. Okay. See here in the figure it is clearly shown. In order to determine the magnitude of the force between two parallel current carrying conductors, one of the two conductors say 2 is placed in the magnetic field produced by the one. See here it is important. One of the two conductors say 2 is placed in the magnetic field produced by the one. See here clearly shown in the figure. Okay. Next expression for force is magnetic field due to conductor 2 is given by H1 equal to I1 by 2 pi d from work law. It is the first equation. The flux density due to conductor 1 is given by B1 equal to mu naught mu r into H. That is for mu r equal to 1, that is Br equal to, or B1 equal to mu naught into H. B1 equal to, we are placing B1 value in H1, so B1 equal to mu naught into H value I1 by 2 pi d. The force acting on the conductor 2 is given by F equal to B1 I2 L newtons. Substituting equation 2 in equation 3, we get F equal to mu naught into I1 by 2 pi d into I2 L, that equal to 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 into I1 I2 into L by 2 pi d. We know that mu naught equal to 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 Henry per meter. By doing these all steps, we can conclude that the larger the currents carried by the conductor and less is the distance between the conductor, greater is the force between them. The conductor once is also experience an equal force in opposite direction, that is F equal to mu naught mu I mu naught mu r I1 I2 into L by 4 pi d in a medium units newtons. F equal to mu naught mu r I1 I2 into L by 4 pi d in a medium. Now, nature of force with different direction of currents. When two current carrying conductors are kept in parallel to each other, a mechanical force exists between them. Okay, when two current carrying conductors are kept in parallel to each other, a force acting between them, that is a mechanical force. In fact, in this case, one current carrying conductor is placed in magnetic field, a flux produced by the other conductor carrying current. Due to interaction of the two fluxes, there exists a force of attraction or repulsion due to between them depending upon the direction of flow of current. Now, case 1, force of attraction, and case 2 is force of repulsion, current in same direction. When two parallel conductors carry current in the same direction, a force of attraction exists between them as shown in the figure below. Okay. Now, here I am showing the force of attraction diagram. See here, A and B are two different poles. When these two poles are placed side by side, the force of attraction between them is transferred from A to B and B to A in same directions. Now, second case, force of repulsion, current in opposite direction. When two parallel current carrying conductors carry current in opposite direction, a force of repulsion exists between them. See here, A is in opposite to B. So, a repulsion force exists in between the two poles, that is A and B. See, force of it is clearly shown in the diagram. Now, definition of ampere. The force between two parallel current carrying conductors is given by F equal to 2 into 10 power minus 7 I1 I2 into L by D newtons. Generally, force exists a unit named newtons. F equal to 2 into 10 power minus 7 into I1 I2 into L by D, where D is the distance between the centers of the conductors. Now we are taking one simple clarification, that is F equal to I1 equal to I2 equal to 1 amperes and L equal to 1 meters, that is, and D equal to 1 meters. Then F equal to 2 into 10 power minus 7 Newton. Now we again derive the definition, that is a ampere is that current which when flowing through two parallel straight conductors of infinite length placed in vacuum and separated 1 meter distance between them and produce a force of 2 into 10 power minus 7 Newton per meter length of each conductor. It is the diagrammatic representation of the ampere. See, okay, next concept for magnetic circuit. First of all, definition. The closed path followed by the magnetic lines of force is called magnetic circuit. The closed path followed by the magnetic lines of force, that is magnetic flux, is called magnetic circuit. In magnetic circuit, the magnetic flux leaves the north pole and passes through the entire circuit and returns to the starting point. In magnetic circuit, the magnetic flux leaves and returns to the leaves from north pole, passes the entire circuit and returns to the starting point. Consider a simple magnetic circuit shown in figure below. A coil of N turns is wound on one side of the square core, which is excited by a supply. A coil of N turns is wound on one side of the square core, which is excited by a supply. A coil of N turns which is wound by one side of the square core, which is excited by the supply. See here, I have shown the figure also. Here, when current I passed through the coil, magnetic flux is set up in the core. The flux follows the closed path ABCD, and hence ABCD is a magnetic circuit. The magnetic circuit is analogous to the simple electric circuit in which supply, that is EMF of E volts, drives a current I in which completes its path through a closed conductor having resistance R as shown in the figure. Okay. Now, definition of magnetomotive force, MMF. Definition 1. Magnetomotive force is the force which drives or tends to drive the magnetic flux through the magnetic circuit is called magnetomotive force. It is defined as the force which drives or tends to drive the magnetic flux through a magnetic circuit is called MMF, that is magnetomotive force. The unit for magnetomotive force is ampere turns. Another definition for magnetomotive force is, it is also defined as the product of number of turns of a magnetic circuit and the current in amperes in those turns. The product of number of turns of a magnetic circuit and the current in amperes in those turns. MMF equal to number of turns into current equal to N into I. The unit of magnetomotive force is ampere turns, that is AT. It is analogous to electromotive force in the electrical circuit. MMF in magnetism and EMF in electric circuit, electricity. Next, magnetic flux pi. The total number of lines of force set up in a magnetic circuit is called magnetic flux. The total number of lines of force set up in a magnetic circuit is called magnetic flux. It is analogous to electric current in an electric circuit. Magnetic flux represents the electric current in the electric circuit. It is denoted by the letter pi and is measured in Webers. The total number of lines of force set up in a magnetic circuit is called magnetic flux. It is analogous to the electric current in an electric circuit. It is denoted by the letter pi and is measured in Webers, WB. Important definition. You must recollect the data. Okay, next definition. The reluctance is the property of the substance which opposes the flow of magnetic flux through it. It is a property of the substance which opposes the magnetic flux, flow of magnetic flux through it is known as reluctance. It is denoted by the letter S and is measured in ampere turns per Weber. It is denoted by the letter ampere turns per Weber units and letter is S. Reluctance of the magnetic circuit depends upon nature of the material, that is L, and length of the conductor, that is L, and cross-sectional area of the material, that is A. These reluctances depend upon three parts, that is nature of the material, that is mu naught, mu r, length of the magnetic path, that is L, and cross-sectional area of the material, that is A. Mathematically, S equal to I by mu A. that equal to mu is nothing but mu naught mu r, that equal to I by mu naught mu r into A. Units is ampere turns per Weber. Mu naught is absolute permeability in Henry per meter, mu r relative permeability. Reluctance is analogous to the resistance in an electric circuit. Reluctance is analogous to the resistance in an electric circuit. Reluctance of any part of the magnetic circuit is defined as ratio of drop of magnetic motive force to the flux produced to the part of the circuit. That is S equal to mmf by flux, that is Ni by pi. mmf by flux, that is Ni by pi. Units is ampere turns per Weber. Here reluctance have different types of equation, that is S equal to I by mu A, that equal to I by mu naught mu r A, S equal to mmf by flux into flux equal to Ni by pi. Ampere turns per Weber. We have learned different formulas. That formulas I have a glance. You have a glance on it. See one time. Formulas on above definitions. F equal to mu h, mu equal to mu naught mu r, mu equal to bh, mu r equal to f air by f medium, S equal to mmf by flux. Here are different formulas. Next summary. Whatever the we learned, we can some glance on it. The field strength on the axis of a current coil is now shown below. That is, the field strength on the axis of the current carrying conductor is H equal to I by 2r sine cube theta. So ampere turns per meter for single turn. H equal to Ni by 2r sine cube theta ampere turns per meter for n turns coil. Now, the field strength at the center of the circular current coil conductor is H equal to I by 2r ampere turns per meter for single turn coil. H equal to Ni by 2r ampere turns per meter for n turn coil. MMF means it is analogous to EMF of a electric circuit. Reluctance is analogous to the resistance in an electric circuit. Reluctance of the magnetic circuit depends upon the nature of the material, that is mu naught mu r, length of the magnetic path, that is L, and cross section area of the material, that is A. Now S equal to 1 by mu A equal to 1 by mu naught mu r into A ampere turns per Weber, or mmf by flux, that is Ni by pi ampere turns per Weber. Mathematically, where mu naught equal to absolute permeability in Henry per meter. Now we have a quiz on it. Kindly write answers in the chat box. That is, the expression for field strength at a point P on the axis of the single turn coil circular current carrying conductor is given by, that is H equal to I by 2r sin cube theta, H equal to I by 4t sin cube theta, H equal to I by 2r cos cube theta, D none. By viewing all the answers ABCD, we get H equal to I by 2r sin cube theta is the correct answer. The field strength at the center of the circular or current carrying conductor having n turns is given by, that is H equal to Ni by 2r, next B H equal to Ni by 4r, C H equal to I by 2r, D none. Okay, now H equal to Ni by 2r, H equal to Ni by 4r, H equal to I by 2r, D is none. From viewing all the four answers, we get that H equal to Ni by 2r for n turns. For one turn, that is H equal to I by 2r. That answer will be C. Next one. The magnitude of the force between two parallel current carrying conductors is directly proportional to the distance between the conductors, current carrying through one conductor and current through both the conductors, none. Okay, clearly listen it. The magnitude of force between two parallel current carrying conductors is directly proportional to distance between the conductors, current through any one conductor only, current through both the conductors, none. The right answer will be C, current through both the conductors. The magnitude of force between the two parallel current carrying conductors is inversely proportional to. Before question it is directly proportional. Now another question is that is inversely proportional to a distance between the conductors, current through any one conductor only, current through both the conductors only, D none. Distance between the conductors, current through any one conductor only, current through both the conductors, D none. Answer is distance between the two conductors, A. Another question. The magnitude of force between two parallel current carrying conductor does not depend on following parameter. Next, A. Distance between the conductors, current through any one conductor only, length of the conductor, D. Cross sectional area of the conductor. By clearly viewing these four answers, we get that B is the right answer, that is current through any one conductor only. Current through any one conductor only. Another question is there. The force between two parallel current carrying conductors is proportional to the product of their constants, inversely proportional to the length of the conductor, proportional to the distance between them. Last one is none. By clearly observing these answers, we get that product to the product of their proportional proportional to the product of their current strengths. Okay, A is the correct answer. When two parallel current carrying conductors carrying current in same direction, the nature of force will be A. repulsive, B. attractive, C. both of the above, D. none of the above. Okay, when two parallel current carrying conductors carrying current in same direction, the nature of force will be repulsive, attractive, both of the above, none of the above. Correct answer is B, attractive. Next, the other name for magnetizing force, that is A. magnetic field strength, B. magnetic field intensity, C. magnetic intensity, D. all the above. Clearly observe other name for magnetizing force: magnetic field strength, magnetic field intensity, and all the above. Answer is C, magnetic intensity. Next, the property of the magnetic material which allows magnetic flux lines or magnetic lines of force is called magnetic flux, magnetic intensity, permeability, reluctance. Property of the magnetic material which allows magnetic lines of force is called magnetic flux, magnetic intensity, permeability, reluctance. Answer is B, magnetic intensity. Now, property of the magnetic material due to which it opposes the creation of magnetic flux is called. The property of the magnetic material due to which it opposes the creation of magnetic flux is called A. magnetic flux density, B. magnetic flux, C. magnetomotive force, D. reluctance. By viewing all the four, choose the correct answer, we get that answer is D, reluctance. The property of the magnetic material due to which it opposes the creation of magnetic flux is reluctance, D. Some of the frequently asked questions in previous examinations is also given here. First question, state Laplace law, derive the expression for field strength, derive the expression for magnitude of the force on the conductor in the magnetic field, derive the expression for force between two parallel current carrying conductors, explain the nature of force between the two conductors with different directions and same directions, state the concept of magnetic circuit and definitions of magnetomotive force, permeability, flux, reluctance, etc. These are the concepts which we learned today. Okay, kindly have a glance on it. Okay, first one is Laplace law. Here we have taken the one example and we justify the statement with the help of the mathematical representation. Next, second to that, we get the applications of Laplace law. Next, expression for field strength around a long straight conductor, and and we can get the value of the axis value of current carrying conductor also. Next one is field strength at the center of the coil. Next, on the axis of the solenoid. Next, expression for the force between two parallel current carrying conductors. Okay. Next, we derive the expression for force of between the two parallel current carrying conductors also. Next, we have determined the nature of force with different directions of currents. Next, definition of ampere with the help of a diagram also. Next, concepts of magnetic circuit. Next, definition of magnetomotive force EMF and magnetic flux pi, reluctance S, and some of the important formula, that is F equal to mu H, MH, that is mu equal to mu naught mu R, mu equal to BH, mu R equal to F air by F medium, S equal to mmf by flux, S equal to I by 2R, S equal to I by mu naught mu R. Next, mu naught equal to 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 Henry per meter, mu R equal to 1, H equal to I by 2R, H equal to Ni by 2R. These are the different concepts which we learned today. Kindly have a glance on it. If you have any doubt, please ask me. Don't hesitate it. Okay. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you. Thank you so much.